Welcome to Farming Aid.
Hereford cattle are more than just a familiar red body and white face in a pasture. They are one of the true foundations of American agriculture. Long before modern feedlots, genetics, and big ranch operations, Herefords were already proving themselves on the frontier. Brought from England in the early 1800s, they quickly earned a reputation for being tough, calm, and incredibly reliable. Farmers and ranchers needed animals that could survive harsh winters, dry summers, and rough grazing land while still producing good beef and healthy calves. Herefords did exactly that, and they did it consistently. Over time, these cattle helped shape what the American beef industry would become. They set standards for meat quality, maternal strength, and adaptability that other breeds were later measured against. From small homesteads to massive ranches, Herefords fit into every system and made beef production possible in places where other cattle struggled. In this video, we are going to explore why Hereford cattle are not just another breed, but a cornerstone of American agriculture and why their influence is still felt in the industry today. Part of what made Hereford so valuable to early American farmers was their adaptability. The United States is a country of extremes when it comes to climate and geography. From the dry plains of Texas and Kansas to the humid southeast and the colder northern states, cattle had to handle heat, cold, drought, and poor pasture conditions. Herefords showed an unusual ability to thrive across all of these regions. They could graze efficiently on native grasses that other breeds struggled with. They handled long trail drives, harsh winters, and limited shelter better than many imported cattle. This hardiness made them especially appealing during westward expansion, when ranchers were pushing into lands where infrastructure was minimal and survival depended on livestock that could take care of themselves. Another reason Herefords became so deeply rooted in American agriculture is their temperament. These cattle are known for being calm, docile, and easy to handle. For farmers working with limited labor or simple facilities, this was not a small thing. A gentle cow is safer for people and less stressful for the animal. Over time, this trait reduced injuries, made breeding and calving easier, and allowed ranchers to manage larger herds with fewer hands. Even today, when technology has changed how farms operate, temperament still matters. Stress affects weight gain, fertility, and meat quality. Herefords tend to stay calmer under pressure, which translates into better performance from pasture to processing plant. Herefords also earned their reputation through consistent reproduction and strong maternal instincts. A cornerstone breed has to do more than just look good or grow fast. It has to reproduce reliably year after year. Hereford cows are known for high fertility, easy calving, and strong mothering ability. They give birth with fewer complications than many larger framed breeds, and they raise calves that get up quickly and nurse aggressively. This reduces losses and lowers veterinary costs. In a business where profit margins can be thin, reliability is everything. Ranchers came to trust Hereford cows because they could count on them to deliver healthy calves season after season, even under tough conditions. As the American beef industry developed, Herefords also played a major role in shaping the idea of what good beef should be. The breed produces beef that is well known for its tenderness, flavor, and efficient feed conversion. Long before modern feedlots and genetic testing, Herefords were already proving that they could turn grass and grain into high-quality meat. Consumers learned to associate the white face with a dependable eating experience. That trust helped build demand for Hereford beef and pushed ranchers to keep breeding them. In many ways, Herefords helped establish the standards that later breeds and crosses would be measured against. Crossbreeding is another area where Herefords changed American agriculture in a lasting way. When ranchers began experimenting with crossing Herefords with other breeds, they discovered powerful hybrid vigor. One of the most famous examples is the Black Baldy, a cross between Hereford and Angus cattle. This cross combines the maternal strength and hardiness of the Hereford with the marbling and growth of the Angus. The result is a cow that is fertile, efficient, easy to manage, and highly productive. Black Baldies are now found on ranches all over the country. This alone shows how deeply Hereford genetics are embedded in the modern beef industry, even when the cattle do not look like traditional Herefords anymore. The economic impact of Herefords on American agriculture cannot be overstated. For decades, they were the dominant beef breed in the United States. Entire ranching regions were built around Hereford cattle. Auction markets, breeding associations, and national shows revolved around them. The American Hereford Association, founded in the 1800s, became one of the most influential breed organizations in the world. It helped standardize records, promote quality, and connect breeders across states. This kind of organization gave structure to the growing cattle industry and helped turn ranching from a rough frontier activity into a more professional, data-driven business. Herefords also played a role in making beef production more accessible to small and medium-sized farmers. Because they are efficient grazers and good mothers, they fit well into low-input systems. A farmer with limited land or capital could still succeed with Herefords. They did not require expensive feed or elaborate housing. They could make use of pasture that might not support more demanding breeds. This allowed many families to build a living around cattle, contributing to the rural economy and the social fabric of agricultural communities. In this way, Herefords helped democratize beef production in America. As the industry modernized, some breeds gained popularity for specific traits like extreme growth or heavy muscling. Even then, Herefords did not disappear. Instead, they adapted. Breeders began selecting for improved carcass quality, better performance, and stronger health traits while keeping the breed's core strengths intact. Polled Herefords, which naturally lack horns, became more common, reducing the need for dehorning and improving animal welfare. Genetic testing and performance records allowed Hereford breeders to compete with any other breed on measurable traits. This ability to evolve while staying true to the breed's original purpose is another reason Herefords remain a cornerstone rather than a relic. Beyond economics and performance, Herefords hold a cultural place in American agriculture. The image of a red cow with a white face standing in a wide pasture is deeply tied to how people picture ranch life. It appears in advertisements, paintings, old photographs, and even children's books. For many Americans, Herefords symbolize honesty, hard work, and rural tradition. They represent a link between the past and the present. When people think about the heritage of American farming, Herefords are often one of the first breeds that come to mind. That kind of cultural presence reinforces their importance beyond simple production numbers. Herefords have also contributed to sustainability in ways that are sometimes overlooked. Their ability to thrive on grass and low-quality forage means they can make use of land that is not suitable for crops. This reduces competition between food for people and feed for animals. Well-managed Hereford herds can improve soil health through grazing, recycling nutrients and encouraging grass growth. In an era where sustainability and environmental impact are major concerns, breeds that work well in pasture-based systems are more valuable than ever. Herefords fit naturally into these systems, offering a model of beef production that can balance productivity with environmental care. The breed's role in research and education is another quiet but important contribution. Land-grant universities, extension programs, and agricultural schools have long used Herefords in teaching and research herds. Because they are predictable and well documented, they make good subjects for studies on nutrition, reproduction, and genetics. Generations of students have learned how to manage cattle by working with Herefords. Those students went on to become ranchers, veterinarians, and industry leaders, carrying forward knowledge that often started with a Hereford cow in a pasture or a barn. Even in today's highly competitive beef market, Herefords continue to prove their relevance. Ranchers facing rising feed costs, labor shortages, and climate uncertainty are once again looking for cattle that can do more with less. Herefords answer that call. Their efficiency, fertility, and toughness make them well suited for a future where resilience matters more than extremes. They may not always be the flashiest breed in the show ring, but they are often among the most dependable in real-world conditions. That dependability is exactly what has kept them at the center of American agriculture for so long. When you step back and look at the full picture, it becomes clear why Hereford cattle are more than just another breed. They are woven into the history, economy, culture, and daily reality of farming in the United States. From the early days of settlement to the modern era of precision agriculture, Herefords have adapted, contributed, and endured. They have fed families, built ranches, supported rural communities, and shaped what Americans expect from their beef. That kind of long-term impact is not accidental. It comes from a combination of traits that match the needs of the land and the people who work it. When you look at the full story of American agriculture, it is hard to imagine it without Hereford cattle. For nearly 2 centuries, they have stood at the center of beef production, quietly doing the work that built ranches, fed families, and supported rural communities. Their toughness, calm nature, strong maternal instincts, and ability to turn grass into high-quality beef made them exactly what American farmers needed, generation after generation. Trends have come and gone, but Herefords have stayed relevant because they are built for real-world conditions, not just show ring standards. Herefords are not just part of history, they are part of the future too. In a time when farmers are facing climate challenges, rising costs, and pressure to produce more with less, the traits that made Herefords great in the past are the same traits that make them valuable today. Efficiency, adaptability, and reliability still matter. So whether you see them in a wide-open pasture, in a crossbred herd, or in the genetics behind modern beef cattle, Herefords continue to hold up the foundation of American agriculture. If you enjoyed learning about this iconic breed, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments.